What is up? It's Luke. It's me. We got me, Logan, Gage. We got top 16. Lost in top 16. Lost in time. Unfortunate. Very excited. Very happy. Gage was, I was like screaming and hugging him. Gage is very excited. He, dude, his first top. I was a little washed up, so I'm glad I got a top. So I'm beating the washed allegations now. I played Ryzeal, Fiendsmith Ryzeal. My tournament went rough. So, dude. All right, we lost round one. I lost round one. Round two, I played against dinosaurs, which we won against. Then like 3 and 4, I lost. And after round 4, I was like, Logan, I'm so sorry. I'm dragging us down.
Wait, are we beating the washed allegations?
We are now. Wait. Hold on, Joe. Hold on. But after that, we just won out. I didn't finish a couple of the games, but one of the games, me and my opponent played, and I won. And then the last round, we were going into, or Top Cut, we were going into game 3. And we had an extension, but Logan lost in time, unfortunately. So I'm going to say I was going to win that. I'm just saying. But I did win a bunch after. But dude, the first 4 rounds were brutal. I was like,
he was in the dumps. I had to like pep talking.
After round 4, I was like, is the only thing I can beat dinosaurs? Like, I talent tripped this man's hand and he had a baby Ceratosaurus in there. But no, we got there. Well, it picked back up. So anyway, I guess I'll just go ahead and get into it. Got 3 ice, obviously. 3 X, obviously. We got 2 sword and 1 node. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this.
Shout out node.
That card sucks. So Logan, dude, okay, the first 6 rounds, how many times do you think I drew this?
6.
Decent amount.
At least 6, if not like 8 or 9. Dude, this card, every time I drew it, I like looked at Logan, I'm like, hey Logan. And he looked at it, he's like, shakes his head. Dude, it's awful. Because I didn't draw it like with a bunch of Ryzeal cards. I drew it like node, and then like my only other starter was like normal summon Lurry, which I also did a lot today.
And then he'd have like the trap in hand too, so even if it like resolved, it would lose to imperm and he'd set the trap.
Dude, it was like my hands were off. Like Logan says, shuffle better, bro. It's crazy, dude. But it started getting better. But I drew nodes so many times. I was like, one round, I was like, Logan, am I siding this out? He's like, no, you're not siding this out, dude. But anyway, node. That's my engine. That card sucks. I'm going. We got 3 engraver. We have 1 lacrima. One of my opponents said, I'm going to negate this because you didn't call it by its actual name. Its actual name's Goth Mommy. And I was like, okay. So that was like round 8. I think it was the last round of yesterday. I was like, all right, bro, I got you. So shout out that guy. Then we got Fiendsmith Lurry. I normaled Lurry a lot. But, I mean, a lot of times it wins. A lot of times normal Lurry is fine. And, like, a couple times I like normal Lurry, link it, summon Lacrima dump, and then I would just like, one of the last rounds I had only this and X, and I was like, summon X, and it's like, I don't know. It's awkward, but gotta do it. And then 3 bonfire, and then 2 tracked. I think 2 tracked is correct. I, for a while, not this weekend, but for a while was siding out 1, and I decided this weekend that I should not side out 1 because I brick too often, so
that's what I told him. I think it was around day 2. He was like asking if he should side it out. I said, no, we need all the starters we can get.
That was I don't know why, whatever matchup that was, it was like my siding pattern was awkward. I asked Logan, like my siding pattern was weird, and I was thinking about siding 1 out, and he's like, no. But I've been drawing so bad, dude, I just couldn't do it. And in case there is confusion, that game, I normal Lurry into Requiem, Lacrima dump, and then I special decks, and then I went Ryzeal combo. That was what happened that game. So, anyway. Then we have Cross, Paradise. Paradise was kind of weird this weekend. There was one time where I had the opportunity to hit the Blue Eyes Trap, wipe the field. I hit a couple of things in like good positions, but a lot of the time my opponents like had the gas in their hand when they saw this setup to just make Dweller, they would go like, I got like Imper Metal Tronus so many times, and then just make Dweller and play, which sucked, but card's good. I mean, card's really good, and it puts pressure. Even if it doesn't resolve, it puts pressure, makes your opponent play a certain type of way. So that was all the engine cards. Here is 3 Max C's. This card's really good. 3 Droll. This card is really good too. I played against matchups where this should have been really good, and a lot of times it just wasn't. Like, a lot of times my opponent's hands were built to where Droll just didn't do enough. I played against a Blue Eyes matchup where I drolled him on first action, and he still ended on like, I think his first action was to search Burl. So he still ended on like Drill Beam, plus he linked into something, and he like, it was like an insane amount of stuff to get drolled. So I don't know. It was good, but it was awkward sometimes. Ash, we had a deck check and top cut, and I was like, it took forever, dude. And I was like, please just leave my Ash Blossoms alone. They did. No worries there. So Mag, Druis, they were good. They were good. I'd played against 2 Fiendsmith Ryzeal, I believe, so they were good for that. Everything else I played against was not really the best for these. I played against 4 Malice, 3 Ryzeal, 2 were Fiendsmith, 1 was Pure, and 3 Blue Eyes, and then a Dinosaur. So I played against, that was my matchups. So in just a lot of these matchups, like Blue Eyes, this can hit certain things, but it's not like the best card to have. A lot of times I would just summon them, use them as link fodder, or make a Chaos Angel with them, and I mean, that's a lot of times just good enough. I got my Veiler. I played 1 Veiler. I had 2, and I was telling Logan and Gage that I wanted to take it out. So I was like, I feel like Veiler's just the worst of the hand traps, but we came to the conclusion that I should play 1 as like a pseudo third Imperm. A lot of people did cut Veiler, and so like it wasn't a cross-out target in a lot of people's decks, and it was a cross-out target in my deck. So if I did like get Veilered, I could cross-out it, and it did work that way. And also, it's a Metal Tronus target for Blue Eyes, so that was relevant. And since Blue Eyes does play this, I can cross-out it in Blue Eyes. They search it, so it was good against that deck. But yeah, it was good. I actually like top decked this, or I drew this in my opening 5 a lot, and against like 2 Malice opponents, I Veilered their normal and just won. It was cards wild, bro. 2 talents. Every time I ripped with it, I won the game. Like every single time I activated this card, I won the game. At least going first. 2 Metal Tronus. I was playing 3 Metal Tronus, 1 talent, but I really wanted 2 talents, so we decided to cut it to 2 Metal Tronus, 2 talents. Metal Tronus was kind of mid, like all day. Against my Ryzeal opponents, I didn't see it. I don't think the only time I saw it against Ryzeal was the last, our top cut round, I think, is the only time maybe. And I saw it like against Malice and Blue Eyes. It did cook, it won the game, but like every other time I saw it, it was just like awkward. But in theory, the card's really good. It just didn't perform super well for me. And then 3 Imperm, 1 Called By. I consider this engine, but it's not. Clean 41 cards. So our team played 40, 41, and 42. Extract. 2 Detonator, 1 Duo Drive, 1 Exton. This card's insane. I actually, 1 round, my opponent, like, I was playing against Malice. He, like, went first, had a board, and also, like, double hand trapped me. I could only make 1 more Xyz monster. But he had 3 cards on the field, and I had 4 cards. Right? So I had Node and Sword in my hand. Node, Sword, and the Field Spell in my hand, and Ash. And I was like, Sword, discard Field Spell, summon Node. And he's like, discard Field Spell. I was like, yeah, overlay for X-Stunt, wipe your board, fast. And he ended on no cards. I lost. He top decked a name, but but it was crazy. It was crazy. He did not top deck a name that turn, but he top decked like, I think it was like an Ash Requiem or something. I couldn't get to anything, and then he top decked a name. It was something like that. That card's really good though. A lot of people were cutting it before this event. I think the card's insane. Dweller, Twins. I didn't make Dweller a lot, but I mean, it's necessary. Dweller's insane. Twins, I don't know if I ever summoned, but dump and to insulate boards, it's really good. And in Pure, you summon a lot more than you do in Fiendsmith. DD, I never resolved this card a single time.
Dude, he summoned it every game.
I summoned it almost every game. Dude, I kept looking, 2 rounds in a row. I was like, Logan, what do you think I do? Caesar or Fusion? So like this or Desiree. And he was like, I think Caesar's just enough. And I was like, okay, Caesar. And they like Metal Tronused it, or one guy Ultimate Slayered it, and like, or Impermit, like every single time. I'm like, should have been. Dude, I played against Malice, and I was like, should I do, one of those games was Malice. I was like, should I do this or Desiree? I had a Lancia in hand. Logan's like, I think this is good enough. I was like, okay. And I was like, this, and then I Lancia it on his summon, and then he goes, called by the Lancia. So this card sucked. And
he goes, called by, imperm.
Yeah, he impermed this, and then called by my Lancia, and I'm like, dude, this game sucks.
And he Astro Trap, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's been wild. So we have Aggregator. Aggregator was very good. It's self-explanatory. Moon, I actually don't think I ever made Moon this entire event, which is really weird. The times that I drew Bestials were at times where I either couldn't make this or didn't need to make it, like it was better to do something else. And then we're not playing Nib anymore, so I can't just like link off Nib into this, because that was really important before. So I actually don't think I ever made this card, because I've always started with Exiton this event so that I can just make Twins live. I can like do my line, leave Exiton in the grave, and then I don't have to send Duo Drive. I can leave it there to negate a hand trap and just still have Twins live. So yeah, it didn't come up. It should come up, but probably wouldn't cut it. Requiem, this, Sequence, Agam Day. I summoned Agam Day a lot. This card's insane. Every time I summoned Agam Day, I won the game, by the way. Every single time. If it gets to that point where you're like at the point where you are confident to make this card, you probably win the game, so it's good to have. Neck Whip, this card's crazy. I drew a lot of cards off this. I think round 10, I drew a Called By, and I had a Judgment, I drew a Cross Out, and I had Judgment in my hand, and I was like, I'll win, dude. That's crazy. This, and this card is the GOAT. This card's nuts. It's actually won a ton of games, and Light Dark Chaos Angel is like, make this with Druis, send like Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, send Banish is one of the best combinations of cards in the game, I think. So now we have the shot deck. Whoa. I played this, did not activate a single time. I played against 4 Malice, did not draw this card a single time. But in theory, very good. This also didn't activate a single time. I decided that I played against 3 Blue Eyes, and I played against 3 Ryzeal, and I never activated. So yeah, I was not drawing these cards this event. Cross Out, did draw this a bunch, love this card. Blitzstorm and Harpies, these cards were insane. I definitely would not change it. I didn't draw Harpies as much as Gage, but I did draw Lightning Storm a few times, and it was cooking. And then Judgment. And we were trying to decide between Strike and Judgment. I personally liked Judgment, so I put it in. I would not have changed it. I lost to so many board breakers this event that, like, when I drew this, I didn't lose to board breakers, and it just won me every game I saw pretty much. So that is the deck. Shout out everybody who gave me cards, man. Shout out Thomas for sure. Thomas gave me like every card, every Fiendsmith card. I was like Mulchies, all the Mulchies, all the Fiendsmith cards. It's like I wasn't planning to come. I didn't have like the full deck. I was like, dude, I need cards. So Jabin gave me the meows, so I could shout him out, but I never used them. So.
We tried to use them.
We did try. They were in my deck. Shout out everybody back home. Shout out Alex, who's somewhere around here.
They're gone.
They're gone. Yeah, shout out all the goo guys. I'm super proud of everybody this weekend. We did awesome.
Oh, are we in there?
We're in there. My camera keeps overheating, so it's in the shade now. We're like right in the window. I think that's it. Shout out everybody that I missed, and go get a Goo Gaming Sucks hoodie, because we all lost in top 16, so we obviously suck. GooGaming.com, get a Goo Gaming Sucks hoodie or shirt. They're pretty cheap. It's like $15 for a shirt, I think. So Go get one. Support your boys. I gotta pay a lot of people this weekend, so like you should definitely go get a Goo Gaming Sucks shirt, so that I have enough money to pay Joe and just Joe.
What? It's Joe.